Hello there, my beautiful collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, what's going on, collective? What's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Almost personal. Take what's yours and leave what the fuck isn't, right? So what do you got going on here? What's up? Dun, 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 dun. What is that fucking song? Oi, 5 Goblins energy. That's Hierophant energy. Oh, you got 33 Peaks of Joy. Oh my goodness. What are you Oh, those of you going through something on a spiritual vibe here, or those of you looking at things from a philosophical viewpoint. Oh, I love this. Oi. Oi, look at this. The moonlight vibes. Some of you, I feel like you avoid being gaslit. But someone wanted to gaslight you. But you like took a detour somewhere else and you just like focused on yourself. Oh, Scorpio moon vibe. Sweet Jesus. There's a lot of shit went down under that Scorpio moon. I'm loving Scorpio vibes, but take your time with regard to Scorpios. Because Scorpios do bring the stingers. So that's like literally and like metaphorically, right? So take what's yours and leave what's not. Trusting your instincts and trusting your intuition. Especially those of you if you're not like a spiritual person. Because some of y'all could be dealing with people who's going through, maybe they have some vestiges of their religion that's kind of factoring into their decision making, or they're thinking about getting back into the church, or they're looking at things. This is when you can really get like stuck or stagnant, or stay stuck or stagnant if you're kind of like philosophizing life, how you look at it. Some of you with regard to getting back in the church, I think you're going to find more people wanting to get back into religion, which I think is great. Take what's yours and leave what's not. But this is like deciding what the right option or opportunity is. Especially those of you, if you're kind of... you're waiting to get to know somebody in a biblical sense. It's kind of like the celibacy energy, but celibacy is only if you're if you look at it from a religious viewpoint. But those of you that's just taking your time, so if you're dating, you're like dating. You're not letting yourself... you're not dating for love. You're not looking for love. You're like dating to date. But kind of how you look at things. Some of you could be, you're kind of in that energy. It's like religion, esoteric. It's like philosophy energy with you. Don't kind of overwhelm yourself, because you know you can stay really stuck or stagnant in that energy, right? Philosophers never really find the answers. That's kind of the whole point of philosophy, right? So making sense of what makes sense to you, and it only matters to you, and it's like what's important to you. I feel like some of you avoided being gaslit because you did actually like start prioritizing yourself. Damn it, that fucking Scorpio moon we had. I think that switched a lot of shit up for people. But Scorpios do bring the stinger, and Scorpios are showing up in the Scorpion vibe. And that's given like the moon vibes, the Pisces vibe, right? Because normally in the Pisces, you have like the lobster coming out of the water, or whatever the fuck that is, crawdad energy. Very reminiscent of a scorpion, but I don't think scorpions are in the water, are they? So what the fuck do you got going on here? I like this. Y'all are on some fun energy. Y'all are on some... whatever the hell with the Hierophant energy there in the 33. This is all about you. So, you know, you're making some interesting choices here. Don't stay stuck in the philosophy of something, because philosophers, that's their whole point, is to create this sort of philosophy around something that really doesn't have an answer. Or everyone wants to philosophize what their sort of energy is on it. Those of you that's looking at religion, I think there's going to be more people go back into religion, or looking at religion as an option or an opportunity. So that could be something interesting, especially if you had a lot of religion, you were religious, or you were raised in a religious household, and then maybe you got out of that, and so now you're kind of looking at your options or opportunities. Or some of you could have vestiges of that religious upbringing that you're kind of dealing with now, especially when you're kind of philosophizing things. This is going to be great for you, but it's going to take you a moment, and don't get overwhelmed. Look at that with the 7 of Wands. Look at that with the 7 of Wands over that 33. So this is just all about you, how you look at things, how you understand things. And it's what's important to you. Some of you avoided being gaslit in this situation because the moonlight vibes there, that 51. Some of you avoided that because you weren't all up in your feels. So this feels like it's going back to the last Scorpio moon that we had. That really changed everything. I don't know what the fuck Scorpio has going on. Pay attention where Scorpio is at in your astrology. But Scorpio does bring the stinger vibes. Ten of Pentacles, the Fools, and the Nine of Cups. This is giving like Sagittarius energy. Some of you, there's achievements and goals you need to achieve on your own, separate from a relationship or partnership. So those of you, if you've been single for a while, or you're not really kind of interested in the typical kind of Ten of Cups type relationships or partnerships, this could be what you're kind of dealing with. I feel like you're successful on your own, but some of you could be like looking at things a little differently. Those of you, if you are like looking at your religious options, you could be paying attention to that as well. Oh, I love this for you. It's very interesting. But the thing is, when you're on this journey, it's like the philosophers, right? They create this great sort of philosophy that you kind of have to decide what you think of it. And that's what makes the difference. So, take what's yours, leave what the fuck isn't, right? And the resolution on that is whatever works for you. It's whatever the sort of vibe is. It's like faith, love, hope, trust. Let go, let God, let go, let the universe, right? Boy, some of you all sitting here getting all complicated. Or you're coming across this complicated. Someone wanted the chance to ghost or gaslight you, but you didn't pay attention. Some of you with that goblins in her, it is that kind of vibe. Someone wanted to ghost or gaslight you, but you're like, you weren't even there. Or you're like, hey, you know what? I kind of like the dark. Sweet Jesus. Oh, I don't know. I love your energy. Hey. So, you've overcome a lot of fucking... Yeah, I said you were pulling Sagittarius vibes. So pay attention to Sagittarius in your astrology. The 3 of Wands there with the world vibes. Yeah, someone was... Oh, sweet Jesus. This is like those of you, you could have a lot of people flirting with you, but you're not paying attention because you're not even interested. Oh, sweet Jesus, look at this. So you're dealing with people that don't know you well enough. This is why this energy is always fun and interesting. So you're dealing with people that don't know you well enough to kind of know what could keep you stuck or stagnant. If there's like a religious vibe to this, this is interesting for you as well. Because the Hierophant and the Capricorn exist together, right? So you can't have one without the other. So some of you with how you're looking at things. This is also given the vibe of like Dante's Inferno energy. So my intellectuals out there, those of you that kind of like the philosophy of things. But what do philosophers do? They create some great saying that makes you kind of think about it. And then you're like, whoa, what the fuck does that mean, right? Oh, you got a Queen of Pentacle energy here. Those of you really like being mindful, because you got a Queen of Pentacles here that had plans, especially with that Three of Pentacle vibes here with you. But you weren't paying any fucking attention anyway. You weren't paying attention any fucking way. Oh, sweet Jesus. Look, oh, I love this for you. This, what the fuck are you doing? Oh my goodness. This is, what are you doing? That Seven of Cups is given that energy of like, it's like philosophy, right? But some of the great philosophers, they just pose that question and then everyone kind of has their thoughts on it. I feel like you were over here just kind of like philosophy. You have like a different philosophy on things. I like this. So everyone else is like philosophizing one thing, and here you are, you're like looking at all this success energy, accomplishing your dreams or goals. Those of you, if there's some sort of religious vestiges left, if you were raised a religious person and maybe you're thinking about going back into the church, or some of you, this could be like what the conversation is when it comes to you. So, you know, if you got like the family vibes and everyone's wondering why you're not, I feel like you're happy single, or if you're in a relationship or partnership, you like that relationship or partnership the way that it is. You're definitely not a conventional person. Even your conventions on philosophy is interesting. Someone tried to like create some sort of diversion for you and you just like were oblivious to it. So I mean, I like this vibe with you. I feel like it's this Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles there with the Three of Pentacles. Someone already had like plans for you. So some of you, you could be dealing with who wants to be the matchmaker, who wants to set you up on dates, who's all the time telling you you should be in a relationship or partnership, right? But at the same time, you're like, no, I'm good. You like this, there's an unconventional energy with you, but for most of you, that's just kind of like the normal everyday vibe here. So you could be having some of them elders looking at you like, oh, you should have this, you should have that, you should have this, you should have that. And you're like, no, I'm good. You got it all. You got it all on your own. So you're pulling Sagittarius energy. So a lot of people realizing they can create that sort of Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles happiness on their own. And then they're going to be hella picky as to who the hell gets to kind of be in that vibe with them, instead of dependent upon a partner to kind of create that option or opportunity, right? That's where some of you avoid all the fuckery with the Seven of Cups. So if there starts to be any kind of emotional manipulation, you're on to the next. Because you don't need that. You're good on your own. You're achieving your own dreams and goals here. You don't need someone else. You don't need a partner. Queen of Pentacles needs somebody, though. This could be business vibes with you. Those of you not taking on a business partner, you're pulling Capricorn vibes, and Capricorn keeps pulling up partnerships, but still self-producing, self-publishing. So, you know, healthy relationships or partnerships, you both do your own fucking thing. You don't intertwine the energies, so that way you each keep your own sort of modicum of who the fuck you are, instead of being all messy. Oi. You're just happy as fuck in this energy. I like this. With the Ten of Pentacles, you could have some sort of reunion, or you could have met somebody and they're talking about how great their sort of vibes are, and you're like, yeah, well, mine's just as good. Kind of energy here. There is that hint of like the philosophy vibes. So some of you could be dealing with almost like a bullshitter energy. Because, I mean, the great philosophers, they pose this great philosophy, and, you know, you could have 20 people with doctorates, and they can all give you some really great sort of thoughts and insights on that. But it all comes down to kind of how you look at it, right? Kind of like whatever the fuck you got going on here. Ooh. That Queen of Pentacles had plans though, but they were planning on kind of working off of your vibe in order to get an option or an opportunity. So this is someone, when they start dating somebody, they get like all up in their partner's like fucking business and shit like that. They're very messy and they're very codependent. And you're looking really fucking good here. This Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Nine of Cups. Some of you, you're not on socials, so someone can't like figure out, whoever the fuck this is, they don't know you well enough. So they're just kind of, they have like their own sort of vibe going on here. So if you start dating them, they're not going to really be paying much attention to you. It's all about what's like prioritizing them. This could be a business partner for some of you too. So, you know, if you're pulling Capricorn vibes, watch a few Capricorn readings. Self-produced, self-published doesn't mean you're single. That just means you're not fucking messy. Or you avoid complicating already complicated relationships or partnerships. Queen of Pentacles is definitely wanting to complicate. They complicate every kind of relationship or partnership. Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. Those of you that don't date in the workplace, the dating in the workplace is kind of like those of you, if you watch your favorite TV show and everyone wants everyone to get together. But those of you that don't like that, because it kind of fucks up the whole dynamic anyway, it complicates things that shouldn't be complicated, and what the fuck, right? A lot of you that aren't dating in the workplace, a lot of you that are avoiding, now this can be romantic energy or this could be like work energy. So maybe you prefer kind of doing your own thing. So, you know, if the boss suggests that you work with somebody else, you're like, no, I'm good. It's kind of like that energy with you. You got this Queen of Cups energy wanting to come in, but damn. You don't let your emotions overwhelm you either. So you probably don't drink. You're probably very health conscious here as well. It's very interesting vibes with you. You probably read a lot or listen to like audiobooks or whatever the fuck the equivalent of that is. I don't know, whatever the hell that Queen of Pentacles was up to, they didn't know you well enough. So I don't feel like you live your life online. You probably don't do dating apps. You probably, that's the least thing you're interested in. You could, this could be like LGBTQ vibes, or you could have pronouns, or you could be one of them people that you're like good on your own. Or even if you are in a relationship or partnership, you and your partner kind of have your own little thing going on, and y'all like that energy. So you're not wanting someone to be codependent on you, and you don't want to be codependent on somebody else. Which doesn't sound all that exciting, but it's basically you both do your own thing, and you're both like happy in that vibe. And that's a good like working relationship or partnership for you. You avoid the messy shit. You avoid the messy shit. Queen of Swords, the Four of Swords, the King of Cups, the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands to the Emperor energy, there to the Two of Cups, there to the Four of Cups. Some of you could seriously get a promotion just because you haven't dated in the workplace. So if you're going for a promotion, which I think some of you, you're on the right path here to achieve like a dream or goal. You could seriously get an option or an opportunity because you're like the only one that hasn't dated in the workplace. So with the High Priestess energy is given like HR vibes. And HR likes the fact that you haven't dated anybody in the workplace. You like compartmentalize your relationships or partnerships. Especially if this is a promotion, you're going to have to make some choices and some decisions, and you're going to be dealing with a lot of people. But you're able to do that because you're like the least messy one. You're the least messy one. Queen of Pentacles feels like the oddball energy. So this is the person in the workplace that wanted to work with you or wanted to kind of know you more or wanted to create. Some of you, they just wanted to date you. just because they knew that you were getting an option or an opportunity. Some of y'all are dealing with HR people who really aren't that good at their job. With Aries and Neptune, a lot of you with the work vibes. So those of you, there could be some energy going on at work. Your boss and their boss could be having some issues. Some of you, your boss and HR could be having some issues. Those of you with regard to like promotion energy, you could seriously get the job because you're the only one that hasn't like, you have like no kind of messy connections with anybody. So you go into that position, you're like able to, you look at everybody the same. You're an HR person's dream candidate because you compartmentalize, you make smart choices. If you're in academics, some of you, this could be academic energy for you. I like the philosophy vibes with you, but it's kind of how you look at things any fucking way. Ooh, I love it when the intellectuals show up to a reading because it makes things far more interesting. There could be like a religious vibe to this, but I feel like if you were raised religious and maybe you're not practicing anymore, right? But everyone that you meet tells you that you should be doing this, but you took like a different sort of path here. I'm not saying that you're not religious, but I don't feel like you're practicing anymore. So you're just kind of like doing your own thing. You're very respectful. It's a very respectful vibe with you, but it's also a very like complicated vibe. It's like philosophy, right? You can have 20 PhDs that take the same sort of verse of philosophy and give you 20 beautifully different ideas around it. And y'all kind of like it. It's like a good conversational energy with you. If you have drinks with the 9 of Cups, you're probably in some group where you like sit around and like read the classics. Because that's given like the classics vibes. Oh wow, look at you go. I love this. Take what's yours, leave what's not. Whatever the hell this is. Someone didn't know you well enough. So if someone tried to catfish, gaslight you, you have no idea what the fuck. Or you weren't like paying attention. Some of you, this is like the flirting vibes. If someone was flirting with you, you're not even like paying attention to it. It's the Queen of Pentacles, but the Queen of Pentacles had expectations the whole time, but they didn't know you well enough to kind of know you. Some of you get that job opportunity simply because you haven't dated in the workplace. Or you don't have, you're like the perfect person. HR thinks you're perfect because you're the least messy of the bunch. So with regard to your decision making and how you kind of view things, it's a very compartmentalized vibe with you. So they don't have to worry about any kind of decisions that you're making because you're coming from like the perfect kind of balanced energy here. This is given like LGBTQ vibes. It's also given like what's the ones that if they're in a relationship or partnership, they don't need like the intimacy? Or those of you, if you are in like a relationship or partnership, both of you guys like doing your own thing. So neither one of you want or need to be codependent on the other one. So whatever that relationship is, it's like perfect for you. Maybe it's just a good friendship vibe, right? I don't know, whatever the fuck. You're the least complicated. Yeah, a lot of you when Aries was a Neptune, that's what switched a lot of it up. So those of you, if there's like there's a hierarchy to this, but some of you, there's some arguments going on in the hierarchy. You're like the HR's perfect person because you're the least complicated. So you got the HR person, the high priestess energy saying, no, you're the one that needs this position because they don't make like shitty choices. Someone really doesn't know you well enough. They do not know you well enough. So someone tried to gaslight you, catfish you, or whatever the fuck, but you're like, that don't even work with you. You're like, what the fuck is that? It's the Queen of Pentacles. You're not living your life online, so someone can't like look at what the fuck you got going on. Those of you that are kind of, you're androgynous and ambiguous. So, I mean, someone don't even know who or what the fuck you even like. So no one knows your type. Some of you, that makes it far more interesting with you. So the more androgynous and ambiguous your energy is, the harder it is for people to read you. Even if you're really not androgynous or ambiguous. Oh, wow. Go for that promotion. Because some of you, I feel, even if you don't think you have a chance, I feel like HR would choose you just because you are not a messy fucking person. Because it almost feels like everyone they're looking at is messy. So HR is like, no, they've been with this person, that person, that person. I do feel like the Emperor has someone in mind, but it isn't you. But HR is like, HR is rooting for you because you're the least complicated. This does have an academic energy to it. Or this is like you're moving up with, you go from middle management to upper management. Some of you could almost surpass your boss. So that may be why you haven't put your name in the hat for the option or the opportunity. Don't be surprised if HR don't kind of say, hey, have you thought about this? Someone tried to manipulate you, but you weren't like paying attention. So whatever the hell the vibe was, it's like all that time, energy, and attention was totally wasted because you didn't even pay attention. Oh, wow. Look at you go. Take what's yours. Leave what the fuck is it. I like this energy with you. So what's the song for you? The song feels like raindrops keep falling on my head. But that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. So you like 70s music? I forget who sung that song. Was it Burt Bacharach? Oh, BJ Thomas. Ain't that kind of perfect for the philosopher? I do get that energy. That if you're like into philosophy or religion or something like that, right? So if you like a philosophy, you've read at least 20 different articles on it. Because it's given that energy. If you have 20 PhDs, they're all given like the same quote. And they all come up with beautifully different kind of ideas around it. And you kind of like that energy. It's more of an academic, it's more of an intellectual vibe. That's why for a lot of you, the game playing energy don't work. Because that's just, it's lost on you, right? There's nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. That feels like an option or an opportunity that comes in for you because you're the least complicated one. If you pay attention to astrology, you know the mythology around it. So if you pay attention to astrology, the mythology of it, you're probably more into astronomy. So you're probably into astronomy first, and then mythology, or mythology, then astronomy, and then you started looking at like astrology. Either way you look at it, you take a different approach to it. It's kind of like the science behind why we get total eclipses now anyway, right? So there's a lot of interesting, you bring a lot of interesting vibes and concepts and sort of energy to conversations. But yeah, don't be surprised if HR don't tell you to go for a promotion, and it might be above your boss. You might soon becoming your boss's boss. Simply because you are the least messy. You are the least messy. Because I don't feel like you date in the workplace. If you even date at all, or you like the relationship or partnership that you're in, you're definitely not someone that likes the codependency. So you're kind of good on your own. If you are in a relationship or partnership, you and your partner are both very independent energy. But it works well for both of you. Um, Things are working out for you because you just weren't paying any fucking attention anyway. Because you were too busy, like, you know, the reason why we see lunar eclipses the way that we do, and how they viewed them in mythology. I feel like you know the mythology of it, then you got into astronomy, and then you kind of started like an astrology, or you wouldn't be watching a video like this, right? Yeah, the Seven of Swords energy don't work because you're not paying attention any fucking way. So, you're like playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers. Whatever the hell the vibe is on this, it's like you're not even like paying the fuck attention to it. So, I don't know if you're higher vibrational or you're just like, yeah, that's not even what the fuck you're interested in. Someone could be flirting with you, but you're oblivious to it. Uh, the Queen of Pentacles already had plans. Um, but you were like oblivious to even that energy. An offered opportunity coming in because you're the least messy of the options or the opportunities. Some of you could seriously have an HR person tell you should apply for that job. Because if they're having a look at the candidates for the option or the opportunity, they're like, you're the best candidate because you're the least complicated. So that's going to be a pretty nice promotion for you. Some of you are going to be your boss's boss. This was when Aries was a Neptune. Someone could have been flirting with you, but I don't know. That's not even like what the fuck your thing is. So I don't, I like this. Ooh, I like your vibe. You gotta love it when the intellectuals show up. So, I like this vibe. I like this vibe. That is an offer, an opportunity you should consider. Because I feel like some of you, HR is going to say, you need to apply for this job. Because HR is kind of looking. So you got like a lot of sort of people that's paying attention to things. But HR is like, you're the best candidate because you're the least messy one. They might not tell it to you in that way, but they will definitely be like, no, you need to apply for this. Some of you, it's going to be your boss's boss. And that's going to be a whole thing. But you're going to be so oblivious to it that you're not even going to be paying attention to that. You are different and unique. And stay in that vibe. Because that's what makes you who the hell you are. Good luck. God bless. Peace, love, and light.